Hi there, this is a special edition of My TastyNaija. I've lived in the diaspora for a minute, and one of the greatest investments any diasporan would make would be to own property in your home country. And many do aspire to that, particularly Nigerians who live in the UK and other parts of the world. However, over the years, the concerns have been finding trustworthy organizations or even individuals to help bring this project to life. But today I'm sitting with somebody who runs a mortgage company in Nigeria. A lot of us who live in the UK have mortgages, we know how it works. But now here's an opportunity to actually have the same thing for you in Nigeria. I'm not going to preempt him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Olufemi Otenigbagbe. How are you doing, sir?
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Okay, I want you to introduce yourself and tell us about your mortgage bank and the core mission of this mortgage bank in Nigeria vis-a-vis your interest in the UK right now.
Thank you once again. The name of my bank is Refuge Mortgage Bank.
Refuge Mortgage Bank.
Mortgage Bank. It's one of the banks, the mortgage banks in Nigeria, which is 30. So just
in the whole Nigeria?
In all of Nigeria, just about 30 of us. Now, the purpose really is to provide affordable homes to Nigerians. Whether you're in diaspora or you live in Nigeria, affordable homes. And homes usually are seen as investments. So we're saying that, look, come to Refuge. Not only would you have an affordable home available to you, we will make the process. It's not in banking. You're not expected to become a finance and accountant. No, just understand what you want and let the bank work it out for you. So that's what we do in Refuge. Okay. Make things very simple, and that's it.
As you can understand, the term mortgage actually scares some people.
Right.
When you drop in the word, you want a mortgage up. And it happens even in the UK.
I'm aware.
Talk less of in Nigeria. So it begs the question, how long have this been incubating? This plan to actually reach out to the diaspora? When did that plan kick in?
I also say that look for a need,
okay,
and meet that need.
Okay.
You sort out your problems. We have friends, we have family members that live in diaspora.
Yes.
There's always been a recurring factor, trust.
Big problem.
That's it. And usually it's, the guy wants to, he might be young, so he's planning to have a home anytime he comes with his family to Nigeria where he can stay, instead of staying in a hotel or even in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Then there's the guy that says, I've spent a lot of time in the UK, I need to go back home finally. Yes. So he wants a home. What is that recurring factor? Trust. In the sense that whether you give the money to your brother, your uncle, you get back home on a visit and the house does not exist. Or
very popular story.
Very popular. Or the delivery time as promised is now truncated. So what was the need? We noticed that a lot of Nigerians in diaspora have been suffering this. Money being sent through a lot of channels and they never get to see the results of what that money should do. So we said in Refuge, let's take on the responsibility of protecting. So it's not just about mortgage now, of protecting the interest of that Nigerian in diaspora. We become the eyes of the Nigerian in diaspora in Nigeria. Whatever results you want in Nigeria, we're now your eyes. So if you're paying money to a developer, now for this initiative, we've been brooding over it for about 2 years, that when is the right time. What we're saying is, if you're paying to a developer, not carcass, not off plan, we're saying complete houses or near completion, maybe about 70% completion. If you're ready to buy that house, we'll protect you by ensuring that your money is channeled through Refuge, who is monitoring to the developer.
What I want you to do right now,
tell me.
Take me through the step-by-step process, just like we had that conversation.
Yeah, can I use you as an example?
Yes, use me as an example,
okay,
and take me through that step-by-step process.
Good.
In layman terms. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, DJ Bass, you want to buy a property, I'll talk in Naira for easy.
Yes, yeah.
Say for 150 million.
Yes.
You have an idea of the kind of house you're looking for, 3-bedroom terrace, bungalow, whatever. You even have the area you want, whether it's Lagos mainland or Lagos Island. What are we bringing? We have a platform here that you would locate and lock down the kind of property you want. You see the pictures, not architectural drawings alone. but real life pictures.
Not CGIs.
Not CGI. You would see them, and then you log down. Let me give you a location, maybe on the mainland Maryland, on the island Lekki.
Okay.
You log down on that property, 150 million.
Okay.
And the developer says in the space of January to December, it would deliver.
Okay.
Now, the developer says, pay as much as 30 million as equity. It shows your seriousness.
From my 150.
From your 150.
Okay.
So I collect. Now, you wouldn't pay the developer straight up. Okay. You would route that money through Refuge, who has now become your eyes, in ensuring that that money gets to the developer, and the developer says, yeah, we have received for DJ Abbas. Okay. Now, what is left is the 120 million, right?
Yes.
He says in 12 months. So, on a straight line, 10 million every month. Okay. We're saying, pay again the 10 million through Refuge, and then we route it to the developer. Yes. And we would monitor on terms that you would, the developer here, would meet those terms, and by December, should you decide to come with your wife, your children, you would have the house ready. No, but suppose it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
We stop the payments to the developer, tell you the picture, and tell the developer you have breached the
terms of our agreement.
Yes. And so let's know what the problem is. Usually, developers are faced with funding challenges.
Yes.
So we're saying as long as DJ Abbas keeps to his terms, you must deliver that house come December. Okay. So that's so you now log down on the link that I'm sure you'll show. You log down on the property, you let us know whether you are comfortable enough to pay the 10 million every month. So perchance you say, hey, I'm aware, I live in Nigeria, so I'm aware of the strength now of the pounds. So you say, no, I can meet it, so you're meeting it. But if along the line, you're not able to meet it, Refuge again comes to your help. How? Tell me, DJ Abbas, what you can do every month so that the developer must still deliver the housing by the 31st of December.
Yes.
We will take care of the rest. Keep telling me how much you can pay. So let's assume yourself at 10 million, you can pay 5 million. Okay. I will still be giving the developer 10 million every month. Okay. But that means that I am bridging the gap. That is the bridge initiative.
Okay.
I'm bridging the gap by adding another extra 5 million and meeting the developer's conditions. Okay. He doesn't know this deal. Okay. At the end of December, I will now tell you, DJ Abbas, your property is ready. Can you now...
But you are still short
of 5.
X amount,
so I can stretch the 5 additional that I've been paying to another 12 months. So instead of the 12 months that the developer had said I'll deliver the house, which is done, you have 24 months to pay off and the property becomes yours.
Okay.
You could even decide that you don't have the 24 months, that you're looking at another 36 months. We can look at your capacity, look at your financial stand in the UK and work it out.
Okay. So far, so good.
Very sweet, right?
Very, and it almost sounds unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but then you talked about the trust factor. A lot of diasporans have all types of stories, you know, and different developers, and typically they've usually either dealt with realtors or with developers. I don't think many have had the opportunity to deal with mortgage brokers.
No, not many. People don't do that.
Because what you do is you take a lot of risk away. Yeah. So let's look at the benefits. Yeah. Now, what are the unique benefits beyond obviously having somebody to manage all of that? What are the unique benefits for the UK, the diaspora, the UK diaspora? You've talked about flexible payment terms, the dual currency options. Now the question is, if I'm paying you in pounds, but I'm buying the house in naira, you've given me 180 million or 150 million naira valuation. At what can that price change? Okay. Because that happens too.
I'm aware.
And if it changes, who bears the liability?
Yeah. Thank you very much, DJ Abbas. I said something at the beginning, which is that the developer giving us specific terms. In 12 months, we just use that as a case scenario. In 12 months, I'll deliver this property. So long as you don't default in that period, unless we've entered this mortgage agreement, it wouldn't change. It's just the interest element payable on that fixed amount. Remember, I promised that the money payable to the developer does not change. But there's a time value of money if I'm funding your transaction that we will discuss. So the pricing would not change. The liability is on me to ensure that you get that value aside the interest elements. That's what we're here to do. Otherwise, we'll say the naira, the dollar has changed. And then there's the other aspect you brought up, which is on a case-by-case basis.
Yes.
I'm not ignorant of the fact, because I'm in the financial market, I've been there for decades now. I'm not ignorant of the fact that our Nigerians in diaspora are able to move money to Nigeria by paying pounds here and looking at getting the naira value.
Yes.
We're trying as much as possible not to get into the issue of you giving me pounds and we're saying the rate today is 100 naira. No, it's 105. You're chasing me 5 naira.
It becomes a perennial EVS.
Yes. So we're saying that, look, move the money to us. We know there are many platforms, Western Union, which is the most common of them. All those platforms, move the naira to us. That means that whatever naira comes into your, remember I said at the beginning, as you log down on those occasions, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, anyone you're able to attend, you would have an account domiciled in Refuge.
Yes.
And Refuge has a way with any of these transfer companies. It hits your account immediately. You get an alert of the naira value. Because we don't want to get into the issue of the pound. Unless you agree with us, you can only send pound and we agree on a rate. Okay. But most times it has caused a lot of friction between banks and customers.
Okay, for those of you watching us, there's going to be a roadshow that's coming up this weekend. The chances are you probably are watching this after that, but if you are watching this before the roadshow, it's coming up on the 29th and the 30th of March.
Yes.
And the 29th in Nottingham and the 30th in London. Yeah. Details will be popping on screen. So if you want to join in, all you have to do is just register and pick any of the 3 locations you want to attend. And for those who can attend as well, it will be available online. They'll be streaming this online on the day. Details will also be in the link that you're going to be seeing on screen. Yeah. But beyond that, if you are seeing this after that, there's going to be a landing page we'll be sharing as well, where you can get to connect directly with Refuge Mortgage Bank to get to know more information. So let's talk about eligibility requirements. Yeah. Is this thing open to anybody living in the UK?
Yeah.
And if anybody comes, what do you require of them? Like in the UK, if you want to set up a mortgage, you need to show your proof of income. Yeah. You need to. So what would be the things you'll be asking the Nigerian living abroad who wants to?
Thank you very much. Yeah. It's basically the same thing. On the link you've mentioned now, there is the like a form, a registration form, where again, like I said, a lot of Nigerians now have what we call the BVN.
Yes.
Once you input your BVN, it populates, and then that way you can actually open the account.
Yes.
Because those are the back end that would see that you've opened an account.
Yes.
And it can be even where you don't have the BVN. Once you give us your details and your phone number, your email address, particularly, that account will be opened for you. You get an alert through your email address, and then you can credit the account that is so open for you. Now, you ask the question, who is eligible?
Yes.
The truth of the matter is, I can go to, no offense meant to any of these dealers, I can go to Marks and Spencer's, I can go to Primark, I can go to Harrods, I can go to High Street. Yes. It's your choice.
Yes.
And that's why we have the properties on the mainland, we have properties on the island. We have over 1,000 properties.
Yeah.
So you go through that list and choose the one that you have the clout. I can buy an Audi today or on day, and I have an aspiration to buy a Benz in the next 3 years. So you can actually choose what you want. Housing is for investment purposes, also for comfort. So you could decide, I'm not yet investing, it's just for my family. So looking at the gallery of properties, anybody can get into it. But I know, based on what we brought to the diasporans, that if you are in paid employment, it's easier because there's a history.
Yes.
But if you're an entrepreneur, you will need to provide us with documents more than beyond your pay slip and your credit. We can easily get your credit from working credit agencies, but you need to show us that you have your books kept. You don't need to be an accountant.
Yes.
But you have your books kept that we can decipher and get the needed information. So anybody can actually get into this. Once you are a Nigerian, you know you have that green
green pali. Green pali.
Yes, you can partake in it truly, but because you can't dissuade anybody from owning a home. It might take me longer than you because of our financial capacity, but the truth is anybody is eligible once we see your history. And on that form, it tells us how much you earn monthly, how much you're ready to put aside. For instance, putting down £500 today comes to about £1 million.
Yes.
So if you think that I have a property of about 60 million, 80 million, and I have, so I'm a finance person.
Yes, yeah.
I can put out equity from my property here to do the initial payment.
And exactly.
We work it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good to know that. So also what I want you to also clarify is the fact, because I did ask you that, so what if I just had this random property somewhere in Lagos and with a different developer, but you did say then that you actually have a bank of developers and properties you kind of work with, and you've also kind of like, kind of vet them over the time. So I want you to talk a bit about that in terms of
thank you.
The properties.
What I said before, and I'm saying it again, is we have some developers that will bring, remember I said the liabilities on Refuge for the off-taker and also for the developer.
Yes.
And for that reason, we vetted some, over 1,000 properties really, but they're not too many developers. I can just give you like 2-3 of them. One is LSDPC.
Yes.
They own Lagos. It's their land.
Exactly.
So you have problems over the land. Wema bought.
The land.
Thank you.
Very important.
Thank you. So we have them, but if for any reason you have a property not provided by this set of developers, you engage us as Refuge.
Okay.
We would now do a thorough check.
Independent.
Yes, independent check in your behalf to be sure that, one, that property exists. Remember I said it's not 3D drawing, it's about this property's life. So we'll confirm the property exists, it's in a good area, or we'll just give you a report after carrying out our due diligence. And if you think that, I want to still go ahead, I can give you an example. There's somebody, if you still remember Lagos, Iyanopaja.
Of course, very well, yes.
One lady just wanted to buy a property in Iyanopaja and just approached the bank. That can I pay developer through you? We went there, we saw the property, and yes, we did. Another Diaspora, these are Diasporans. She actually she lives in Kenya.
Okay.
Then there's somebody in the UK that wanted a property not in Lagos, but just the outskirts of Lagos, like St. Upminster, moving out of Lagos. It's at Mowe. It's an estate. We funded it and we got it, but we did our due diligence in behalf of that customer. So yes, we can do that. I'll just tell them what the results are, and then we do.
So your properties, are they nationwide or currently just Lagos only?
Right now, we're doing Lagos.
Okay.
Not because we can't do nationwide, but like the question you asked just now, suppose you have a property in Port Harcourt.
Yes.
We could take it out to go
as a one-off.
One-off. But right now, the list of properties you're going to see, over 1,000, actually close to 2,000, are domiciled in Lagos. Lagos mainland, Lagos Island. And Lagos are so developed now. When I say Lagos mainland, it cuts across, getting to just before Mowe, and then going to Ikorodu, going to Lekki, Shango Tedo, Ekpe, Badagry. So you have a plethora of, very broad. So right now we're doing Lagos.
Okay. And though this particular campaign is for the UK, are you doing similar things for the US, which is your other hub, the US or any other parts of the diaspora? Yes,
right now we've received, we're doing in the North Americas, that's the US and Canada. We will be doing, we plan to do New York, Houston, Dallas together, and then Calgary and Ontario, the second quarter, towards the end of the second quarter into the first month of the third quarter, which will be at the end of June or early July. And then we're getting reach outs from Australia. Australia is a far place.
The other side of the world.
Yeah, we're still thinking, but right now, yes, we're planning. And that's why I'm talking to you now. I need you to latch onto those properties. Like these 3 days we have planned that you've given locations. We're not coming there to do all this talk again. Time is money to you. So we're saying, look at all those properties now. Latch on the properties you have interest on. There's a link that says register. We'll open that link early Friday for you to lock down. And then you come into that meeting. I'm a money man. You sign the money to me and we're
good to go.
Yes, that's it.
And I assume that this link to where this properties is something you add on to as time you keep building and increasing it.
Yes, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we've had a great conversation with Dr. Olufemi Otenigbagbe. And for those of you who would like to attend the event, details on screen here, scan the code or check out the link there, and you can register to attend on Friday in Uxbridge, on Saturday in Nottingham, or on Sunday in London. And then for those of you who don't have the opportunity to attend, you can also catch it online. The links will be in there. And more importantly, if you're watching this after the event, trust me, feel free to click on the same link. It gives you all you need to know. And if you have questions, pop it in the comments. He'll be checking, we'll be checking, and we'll be coming back to you. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
And I think there's no better way to round this up by having let's go back to Nigeria the Nigerian way.
What is known in Nigeria.
Voila. This is Akarare.
Thank you.
Yes, so awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it's been another My TastyNaija special. See you at the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wọ́n ti bá a fi gèsè láti máa fi dì mú. Lọ́wọ́ mi jèrè. Nothing like eating it fresh.
Yeah.